Today we are going to start working on naming numbers and building numbers with a place value chart. And we're going to be extending the place value chart all the way to 1 million. First thing that you need to do is you need to write down the title at the top of your page. And then don't forget to include the date as well so we know when you did it. Don't forget to use your very best handwriting, and remember you can always pause the video whenever you need to if you need a little bit more time. Okay. Now, you see on the screen right now a place value chart. You notice that we have our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. Now, I see some repeating words. I see a whole section right here that all has the words thousands in it. I also see that, hang on just a second, that some other words repeat. We have 100, that repeats from over there, and we have another one. We have 10, which repeats from right there. So we have some repeating words. Now the base 10 number system, we already looked at it, is a pattern. It has a pattern. Now remember, in class we talked that 10 ones makes a 10, 10 hundreds, or 10 tens makes 100, 10 hundreds makes 1,000, 10 thousands makes a 10,000, 10 10,000s makes 100,000s, and I'm sure you probably guessed that 10 100,000s makes a million. So, when we group these, we're going to use commas whenever we write numbers. We're going to use a comma anytime we write a number, and we're going to put the commas to divide off these groups. So we're going to divide off the thousands from the units, and we're going to divide off the millions from the thousands. So it's kind of like the commas are grouping them in groups of 3. Okay? So, let me go ahead and get this all erased so that we can get on with what we're doing. So, what we will do in class tomorrow is you're going to practice building some numbers. And so, what will happen is I will give you a number like 6,425. And you're going to build that number. Now, how we build that number is, how many ones do we have? Very good. We have 5 ones. So we're going to make 5 dots. And again, I like to use the dice pattern just so that I can very quickly see how many I have. Okay, and how many tens do we have? Very good. 2 tens. How many hundreds do we have? Good, we have 4 hundreds. And then how many thousands do we have? Good, we have 6 thousands. There we go. So when I ask you to use dots on a place value chart to show the following number, this is how you would do it. Let's do another example problem together. I want you to draw a place value chart on your paper. And let's see here. Let's see if I can show you what I want it to look like. I don't know if I have notebook paper. I don't think I do. So I will just show you on the plain old whiteboard. So you're going to draw a line across like this on one of the lines of your notebook paper. And you're going to divide it in half. And then you're going to divide each half in thirds. So you're going to draw 2 lines on each half like that. And then you may have to extend it out a little bit like that. and then you're going to draw a box around the whole thing. So we have ones, tens. If you're not sure about spelling, check what I'm writing here, because I'm going to probably write it on here, and I really want you to learn to spell these correctly if possible. Hundreds. Now I'm going to turn it sideways for hundreds. It won't let me write any higher. So there's hundreds. I'm going to take that top line off of there. And then thousands. And then 10,000s. And then 100,000s. Just like that. Okay, so do it just like that on your paper. I'm going to switch back to the one that I already have written. But this is what you're going to do in your paper. Make sure you have room under here so that as we do more problems, you don't have to keep making a new chart. You can just kind of, oh, that was very bad. You can just kind of continue the lines down that you already drew, kind of like this, so that you'll be able to put more than one problem. Does that make sense? Okay, let me go back to my chart. Okay, now I want you to put on your place value chart, you're going to write it off to the side, like over here on your paper. See where my dot is? You're going to write it off to the side at the beginning of the row. You're going to write the number 347. Go ahead and put dots on your place value chart to represent 347. Remember, you can pause the video if you need to. I hope you did this. 3 hundreds, 4 tens, and 7 ones. If you did that, you are correct. Let's do another one. So again, just go down to the next line on your same place value chart. And I want you to make the number okay. You should have written this. 7 thousands, 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 8 ones. Just like that. Okay. Now let's do another one. Let's make it a longer number this time. Let's do, oh, I gotta erase these dots here too. Let's do, go ahead and do that one. $200,000, 40, 7, 9, 141. And you can go ahead and pause the video right there so you can double check that you got all of that. Okay. So you should have had like 3 on there so far, so you should probably have 3 rows down like this. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a number with dots, and you're going to have to write out the number that I have given you. So, here is your number. ahead and write that number for me. Did you write 43,581? If you did, you were correct. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to give you one more to do by yourself. This one's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Go ahead and give that one a try. Did you say 205,317? If you did, you were correct. Okay, now I'm going to give you two problems. I'm going to write it out in dots on my base 10 board. So this is going to be problem number 1, and this is going to be problem number 2, and I want you, these are going to be your practice problems, I want you to write out the number that I give you. Okay? So let's see here. I know I just got big dots. I switched to a different tool because I realized this was an easier way to do it. Okay, those are your practice problems. We will check them tomorrow in class. Have a good night.